Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a day of epic proportions. It is a historical moment that Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson has been the first Black woman to ever be appointed to the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. And when I saw Madam Vice-President Kamala Harris, who's the first Black woman president, read those votes while she's presiding over the Senate that confirmed Ketanji Brown Jackson, I cried, y'all. I did. I cried for my grandmother, my great-grandmother, who grew up in the Jim Crow South. I cried for my mother, for myself, all the Black women around the world. I shed some tears, some boo-hoo tears. But they were tears of joy, and those are rare and very precious. And I'm so grateful that I'm alive to see such a momentous occasion in our nation's history. I was just like, thank you, Jesus. It was amazing. I really wish that my grandmother and my great-grandmother could have been here to see this, because, it was far too long that it took for them to confirm a Black woman to the Supreme Court, but I'm so glad they did. And the fact that it was Madam Vice President reading the votes was definitely the cherry on top. And kudos to Joe Biden for appointing not only Kamala Harris, but also Ketanji Brown Jackson. I think that, him not believing Anita Hill when she was testifying against Clarence Thomas, I think that really bothered him, him doubting her. And he stepped up, and when he became president, tried to make things right and did the right thing. So that's good. We can learn from our mistakes. I feel like he has. But yeah, this woman is impeccable. Graduated from Harvard University and Harvard Law School. Started out as a public defender and worked her way through appellate courts, federal courts, serving as judges on all those different levels. I mean, she earned this place, okay? Because her her colleagues are extremely less qualified than she is, especially the last two who were appointed, Amy Coney Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh. Barrett, she's never even tried a case, okay? And when they were asking her about the 5 aspects of the First Amendment, the 5 freedoms in the First Amendment, she couldn't name them. And I'm thinking to myself, well, we learned that in 5th grade social studies, so that's disappointing. And I know they pushed her through to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but I mean, to never even have tried a case as a lawyer, as a judge, she's just grossly unqualified, but they pushed her through. And then Brett Kavanaugh, we had Dr. Ford testifying against him regarding, sexual assault. And then he had a whole meltdown in the courtroom and was talking about how, he liked beer. And I was like, child, please. They are so grossly underqualified in comparison to Judge Brown Jackson. This woman is impeccable. And I really appreciated her showing her vulnerability in talking about how, when she was on Harvard's campus and she was really struggling with imposter syndrome because, her parents came from the Jim Crow South. She went to public school. She said she didn't have a lot of money. And, she said she was walking through campus and a Black woman that she didn't even know leaned over, whispered in her ear and told her to persevere. And I'm so glad that she did, because had she not persevered, we wouldn't have her today, right? In the spot where ultimately we need her to be. I really believe God placed her there for such a time as this. And I love the fact that she is the only public defender on the court. We don't need a Supreme Court full of prosecutors. We need diverse opinions. We need people from different backgrounds, demographics. One, because it represents the country, but two, because we need the various thought processes and different lenses and frameworks and the varying ideologies. Because public defenders, they have an aspect of empathy and compassion, I feel, that prosecutors don't have, right? They're representing a lot of people that don't come from privilege. And Justice Brown Jackson has not come from a privileged background. She came from a working class background, and she earned her place. I mean, people talk about, bootstraps and merit and all these things. Well, this woman earned it, period. Like, she put in the time, she put in the years, she put in the dedication, and she made it. And I'm so proud of her. And I know, like, I saw, her daughter beaming at her in the background. Her husband, was crying and supporting her. It was beautiful to witness. I really appreciate Senator Cory Booker speaking words of affirmation over her and covering her, saying how, he was so proud of her. The ancestors were proud. And, he would rejoice once she was confirmed. I'm sure he's probably popping bottles of champagne with her and her family. But no, this is a historical moment, not only for, her and her family, but for the country. Because, while people were applauding her, the Republicans were walking out. And okay, well, they can be mad about it. You know what I mean? They'll be okay. Not all Republicans, I will say. Mitt Romney stood there and clapped, and he did vote to confirm her, as he should have. But the country is so divided right now, and there's nothing about her record, in my opinion, that would dissuade anyone with half a brain to not appoint her to the Supreme Court. And Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, and it's one more Republican senator from Alaska. I forget her name. It's like a Polish name. But anyway, they did the right thing and they confirmed her. And I'm really glad that they did. Because like I said, she earned it, and we need her voice on the Supreme Court. I'm really looking forward to reading her dissents mostly. But yeah, no, I definitely am I'm really grateful for, her perseverance. I mean, I'm really grateful that the Lord put that woman on campus, to uplift her and encourage her during that time while she was a Harvard undergrad. I feel like God puts people in your life, when you need them, just at the right time, whether it's a lesson you need to learn from them or, to hear some encouraging words from them. But I'm truly grateful that she persevered, because our country is so much better for it. And I'm looking forward to her helping move this country to a more perfect union. Just to think that when this country was founded, Black people weren't even as seen as human beings, right? I mean, it was literally written in the Constitution that we were 3/5 of a person. And, just less than 70 years ago, we were completely segregated. It would have been illegal for, her and her husband to even be married. And I feel like a lot of Republicans are trying to take us back there. They're already, banning books and, trying to put a ban on teaching basic American history. I mean, critical race theory, which they use as this boogeyman umbrella, completely out of context, is only taught in law school or graduate school. But anything that makes them uncomfortable, they are trying to do away with. And I'm just that is such an immature way of viewing the world, because nothing grows within your comfort zone, right? Like that's when growth and maturity happen, outside of your comfort zone. And I know that's an old adage and it's really cliche, but when you're working out, right? You know, muscle fatigue is when you get the gains. Like your muscles literally rip a little bit and then they heal and repair and they get better and they burn the calories, the fat. Like it is a strenuous process. Um, but it's also one that heals you and improves your physique, not only physically, but physiologically, you know? I mean, when you tone muscle and lose fat, every single aspect of your body gets better, right? Your cognitive functions improve, your respiratory systems improve, your everything, um, cardiovascular, your heart health improves. And that doesn't happen within your comfort zone. You know, when we're in school and we're learning those ideas and ideologies that challenge us, that's where growth happens. That's where change happens. So they can miss me with all of the, you know, we don't want to make white people feel uncomfortable is basically what Governor DeSantis said. And it's like, well, that's not what we are doing as a union, as a democracy, right? We're not deifying or worshiping whiteness. That's what they do, but that's not what we're doing. So kudos to, like I said, Joe Biden. The Lord can use anyone for his purposes. And, I'm so excited about Justice Brown Jackson. Like, I cannot wait to see what she does on the Supreme Court. And yeah, she definitely earned it. This is her time. And I look forward to continuously moving us forward. Hopefully, you know what? I really hope one day we get to the place like Germany where they teach their children about the Holocaust. It's illegal to, have like swastikas there. They paid reparations to the Jews. Like they took full acknowledgement um, and responsibility for what happened in the Holocaust, and they atoned. That's what I'm hoping for here in America, that there's accountability and atonement, and hopefully Justice Brown Jackson can hopefully get us there. So I wanted to share that with you guys, this historical moment. Hug a Black woman today. I love all you guys. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, take care. Bye.